German luxury cars are engineered to impress, but some become financial disasters the moment you drive them off the lot. In this video, we revealed 10 high-end models that drop in value shockingly fast. One even lost over $200,000 in 5 years, and it's still sitting on dealer lots. Number 10. 2006 Porsche Cayenne Turbo S. Kicking off our list is the very vehicle that, in many ways, saved Porsche from financial uncertainty and redefined what a performance brand could be: the Cayenne. When the first generation of this high-riding Porsche launched, the purists and the brand faithful scoffed, decrying it as heresy. An SUV with a Porsche crest? Unthinkable. But the public spoke with their wallets, and the Cayenne's revolutionary blend of thrilling performance and everyday practicality proved to be a massive runaway hit. At the absolute zenith of this lineup was the Cayenne Turbo S, a model that carried a staggering base price of $112,415 back in 2006. For that considerable sum, you received a 4.5-liter twin-turbo V8 engine, a powerhouse producing a colossal 520 horsepower and 530 pound-feet of torque. However, these groundbreaking first-generation models are now a perfect storm for depreciation. Widespread fears of incredibly high maintenance costs, focused on the complex and notoriously expensive-to-repair air suspension and the thirsty twin-turbo V8 engine, have scared away legions of potential second-hand buyers. The result? Today, you can find early examples of this Autobahn-storming SUV with a current resale value starting from around a mere $7,000 to $8,000. It's a breathtaking opportunity to own a true Porsche SUV, one with incredible performance and year-round capability, for less than 10% of its original cost. As wild as a $112,000 Porsche for less than 10 grand is, our next car is a modern design icon that loses its value almost as fast as it turns heads. Number 9. 2014 Audi A7. At number 9, we have what many consider to be one of the most stylish and beautifully proportioned sedans of the last decade, the Audi A7. With its iconic, gracefully sloping sportback roofline and a meticulously crafted, tech-focused interior, the first-generation A7 was an instant design icon the moment it was unveiled. A new 2014 A7, equipped with its potent 3-liter supercharged V6, started at a price tag of over $64,000. But as we all know, fashion is fleeting. And unfortunately for original owners, so is the A7's monetary value. These cars are known to lose around 60% of their original price in the first 5 years alone. A 2014 model is a prime example of this precipitous drop. The brutal combination of a high initial cost, a cabin packed with complex electronics that become intimidating as they age, and its placement in an incredibly competitive class of executive cars means this stunningly beautiful car, packing 310 horsepower, can be had for a massive discount once it's a few years old. Current resale values are now dipping as low as $10,000. Acquiring a gorgeous executive car with that level of panache for such a price is an undeniable steal. But our next entry is a bizarre luxury experiment from Mercedes that nobody quite understood, making it an even bigger bargain today. Number 8. 2008 Mercedes-Benz R-Class. Our number 8 spot goes to one of the most unusual category-defying vehicles Mercedes has ever built, the R-Class. When it launched, it created confusion. Was it a luxury minivan, a sleek SUV, a stretched-out luxury wagon? No one, including many buyers, was quite sure what to make of it. That profound identity crisis ultimately led to it being a sales flop in the market. The standard R350 model, a popular configuration, started with a respectable MSRP of $42,100. Because it never found a strong, dedicated audience, the value of a model like the 2008 R-Class didn't just fall, it fell off a cliff. While its entire purpose was to offer S-Class levels of interior comfort and cavernous space for passengers and cargo, its odd styling and the typically high running costs of a premium German vehicle meant that depreciation was exceptionally severe. It remains a true oddball in the brand's history, but for that very reason, it offers a tremendous amount of luxury, utility, and comfort for the money, with used prices now ranging from just $1,400 to around $5,000. It's tough to beat that price for a three-pointed star, but what if you're after pure, unadulterated performance? Our number 7 car packs a legendary Formula One-inspired engine, with a famously terrifying and expensive flaw. Number 7. 2007 BMW M5 E60. Coming in hot at number 7 is a true performance icon and a legend of the sedan world. The 2007 E60 generation BMW M5. This car was, and still is, famous for one incredible defining feature: a screaming, high-revving Formula One-inspired 5-liter V10 engine that produced an incredible 500 horsepower. When it was new, it was nothing short of a supercar, cloaked in a practical sedan's body, and it carried a price tag to match, starting at over $81,000 before any options. But as many enthusiasts know, that legendary engine has a very dark side. It carries a notorious reputation for astronomically expensive maintenance, particularly concerning its rod bearings, an issue that can lead to catastrophic engine failure. That pervasive fear has acted like a lead weight on its resale value, sending it plummeting. A car that could easily cost 6 figures with a few options ticked can now be found for less than $20,000. For the bravest of buyers, those willing to roll the dice on a potentially massive repair bill, it remains a golden ticket to experiencing one of the most exhilarating and best-sounding engines ever put in a road car. But as financially scary as that V10 is, our next car comes from a brand you would never expect. One that shared its very bones with a Bentley, but tragically wore the wrong badge. Number 6. 2005 Volkswagen Phaeton. At number 6, we have a car born from the purest form of corporate ambition, the 2005 Volkswagen Phaeton. This was the personal passion project of Volkswagen's powerful chairman at the time, Ferdinand Piëch, who issued a seemingly impossible challenge to his engineers: to build a car that was, in every measurable way, better than any other luxury sedan on the planet. The top-tier model was an engineering marvel, featuring a complex 6-liter W12 engine making 420 horsepower. It shared its fundamental platform with the Bentley Continental GT, was meticulously hand-built in a special glass-walled factory, and had a starting price that climbed near $100,000. But for all its engineering brilliance, it had one fatal, unforgivable flaw: a Volkswagen badge on the grille. Luxury buyers spending 6 figures on a sedan simply did not want a VW. The car was a sales disaster in the United States, a masterpiece of engineering undone by a marketing miscalculation. That brand identity crisis created a legendary depreciation curve, allowing you to now buy a car with genuine Bentley engineering, which can be found for between $7,000 and $15,000 for the price of a used Volkswagen Passat. A Bentley in disguise for Passat money is incredible. But now we're entering the top 5, where the original prices get much, much higher, and the depreciation gets truly staggering. Okay, let's pause for a moment. We are halfway through the list, and we've already seen some absolutely legendary stories of value loss. A Porsche SUV for the price of a used Econobox, a hand-built Bentley sibling for Passat money, and a V10-powered super sedan for less than a new Civic. The numbers are only going to get crazier, and the stories more unbelievable from here. If you're finding this useful, entertaining, or if you're maybe even starting to browse the used car listings yourself, do me a quick favor and hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. We post content like this all the time, dedicated to helping you get behind the wheel of your dream car for less money. You won't want to miss what's coming up in our top 5. Number 5. 2007 Maybach 57. Kicking off our top 5 is a car that was resurrected from the history books with the sole purpose of being the absolute pinnacle of German automotive luxury. The 2007 Maybach 57. Before Maybach became a high-end trim level for the Mercedes S-Class, it was relaunched as a standalone ultra-luxury brand. The 57 model, powered by a whisper-smooth 5.5-liter twin-turbo V12, was designed to compete directly with the titans of the industry, specifically Rolls-Royce. These were true chariots for the super-rich, with price tags starting at an eye-watering $338,250 and rising to over $377,000 for the even more powerful 604-horsepower S version. But successfully creating a new ultra-luxury brand from scratch is an incredibly difficult, perhaps impossible task. Despite the bespoke craftsmanship, many wealthy buyers saw the cars as just ultra-expensive restyled S-classes. And as a result, sales were disastrously low. This commercial failure created one of the most staggering depreciation cliffs in modern motoring. A machine that cost more than the average American house when new can now be bought for between $27,000 and $45,000. That represents a value loss of nearly 90%, a mind-blowing financial haircut. Losing 90% is hard to comprehend, but our next car is even more exclusive than a Maybach. A hand-finished super sedan from a brand most people have never even heard of. Number 4. 2014 Alpina B7. Now we're getting into truly rarefied air with a brand that flies under the radar for all but the most dedicated enthusiasts. Alpina. Officially recognized as a standalone manufacturer that uses BMW bodies as a starting point, Alpina creates exclusive, meticulously hand-finished grand tours for a discerning clientele. The B7 is their unique take on the 7 Series, featuring a 4.4-liter twin-turbo V8, specially tuned by Alpina to deliver a tidal wave of effortless torque, resulting in 540 horsepower and 538 pound-feet of torque. With an original MSRP that started at $128,300 and could easily exceed $135,000 with options, a 2014 Alpina B7 suffers from a brutal depreciation double whammy. It combines the already steep depreciation of a flagship 7 Series sedan with the much smaller niche market of an ultra-exclusive brand. They have been known to lose as much as 2/3 of their value in just a few short years. It's a terrifying financial drop for the first owner, but it creates a unique opportunity for a second owner. Today, you can find these exquisite examples of German engineering for between $21,000 and $40,000. Finding a rare Alpina is a treat for automotive insiders. But our number 3 spot goes to a car that's even more rare and visually stunning. A true hand-built roadster with the heart of a supercar. Number 3. 2010 Wiesmann Roadster MF5. In our third spot is a true piece of boutique German coach building. A rolling sculpture from a now legendary small manufacturer, the 2010 Wiesmann Roadster MF5. With its stunning vintage-inspired retro styling wrapped around a modern chassis and powered by the very same 5-liter 500-horsepower V10 from the E60 BMW M5, these sports cars were meticulously hand-built for wealthy enthusiasts who wanted something utterly unique and exclusive. But being a hand-built ultra-niche manufacturer is often a recipe for staggering depreciation. The V10-powered MF5 Roadster, which was unveiled in 2009 with a jaw-dropping price of around €230,000, was limited to a production run of just 55 units worldwide. That extreme exclusivity, combined with the brand's own financial troubles and the engine's scary reputation for costly repairs, means their values fell dramatically from new. An original owner needing to sell would face a monumental loss, creating a rare chance for a collector to pick up a handcrafted German exotic for a mere fraction of its original price. It doesn't get much more exotic than that. Or does it? Our number 2 car is another boutique sports car that suffered from the ultimate curse for any new car. Almost complete and total obscurity. Number 2. 2011 Artega GT. At number 2 is another ambitious boutique German sports car that promised so much. The 2011 Artega GT. Styled by a legendary automotive designer and powered by a famously reliable 3.6-liter Volkswagen VR6 engine producing a healthy 300 horsepower. It was a beautifully proportioned mid-engined sports car with truly exotic looks. This was a serious piece of machinery, featuring an advanced aluminum space frame and a carbon fiber body. It carried a price tag of around 75,000 euros, putting it in direct competition with the formidable Porsche 911. But the Artega GT, produced from 2009 to 2012, suffered from the ultimate curse of the small volume manufacturer: crippling obscurity. The brand's troubled history and financial instability scared off potential buyers who were hesitant to invest so much in an unknown entity. This perfect storm of a high initial price and extremely low brand recognition caused its value to fall off a cliff. Today, these rare German sports cars can be found for between 45,000 and 60,000 euros, a massive drop for a car that had all the right ingredients for success. But the number 1 car on our list combines obscurity, a sky-high price, and a secret identity that makes it the undisputed king of losing money. Number 1. 2008 Bitter Vero. And here we are. The number 1 fastest depreciating German luxury car. The car that sits on the throne as the forgotten champion of losing money. This is the one that combines all the worst depreciation factors into a single spectacular package. The number 1 spot goes to the 2008 Bitter Vero. That's right, a brand you've likely never heard of takes the crown. The Bitter Vero was a hand-finished, coach-built luxury sedan unveiled in 2007 by Erich Bitter, a veteran German car designer. With its own unique styling and a potent 6-liter V8 engine generating 378 horsepower, it carried an eye-watering price tag of over 120,000 euros. But here's the secret, the fatal flaw hidden from plain sight. Underneath that bespoke, hand-finished German bodywork were the complete mechanicals of an Australian Holden Statesman. That's right. Buyers were being asked to pay a massive 6-figure premium for a car that was, deep down, a mass-market sedan from another continent. It combined all the worst depreciation factors imaginable: a sky-high initial cost, extreme obscurity with only about 10 ever made, and the cardinal sin of being based on a much lesser, common car. The result is one of the steepest, most vertical depreciation curves in modern automotive history, allowing you to theoretically buy a rare, hand-finished European Grand Tourer for mere pennies on the dollar, if you could ever find one. Think these luxury cars lost value fast? Some trucks did worse. They wrecked brand trust along with resale value. In our last video, 10 worst pickup trucks that ruined their brand's reputation, we exposed the models that turned loyal fans into critics. Tap the link on screen or in the description. You might be shocked at which brands made the list.